My name is Kelby Holland, and I am the student social worker here at Southern University, and I will be clear and safe on today. So before we get started, let's just cover some things as far as confidentiality. If you feel the need that you want to harm yourself or harm others, that's when I do have the duty to report. Other than that, anything that you say within this room stays in this room. Is it okay if I take notes?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to verify a few things before we get started. So, what is your date of birth?
January 14th, 2003.
Your age?
21.
Your email?
Carlette.richard@sus.edu.
And is it okay if I can email you?
Yeah.
Alrighty, Carlette. What brings you in today?
I've been having a really difficult time finding a job that fits my school schedule. It's really having a mental toll on me. Um, yeah, I either haven't gotten a call back or the job description just does not match the pay. And so I'm really having a difficult time trying to, match it as a school and work and make it work.
So I hear you saying that you're having a difficult time finding a job. What is the mental toll?
So not having a financial stability that I need, it really. I have a good support system. Like if I really, really need something, I'll get a cash app. But it's kind of, it sucks having to kind of give away my independence and have to rely on my family, even if they don't mind. I just somewhere in my head just keeps telling me they do mind, and they're really supportive. But I want to have that independence to get things that I want, And when you're relying on somebody else for that, you don't want to ask them for extra stuff. When I ask them, well, I don't really have to ask. Most of the time, they'll ask me, "Hey, you need something?" After a little while, little gas money or something. But the extra things that kind of make me feel good, being able to go out when I want to, being able to travel, being able to buy my own clothes when I want to, and all the extracurricular things that it it makes me feel less stress. When I'm able to do those things. So when I'm not, I just feel confined to school and then home, rinse and repeat. And it's like I don't feel like I get a break for real, because when I was able to go out and do those things, that was like my break. So it's sort of a combination of not really wanting to rely on somebody else and then kind of devaluing myself because I don't have a job. And I also have a boyfriend, and he's always down to give me stuff, pay for things, even when I don't ask. It's kind of just automatic when we're together or not. But the point is, I want to have that own independence to do it myself.
So when did this all begin?
I'd say it began May of 2023. May of 2023. That was, I lied, 24. I lied, it's 24. That is when I was subbing. So May 2024 is when the school year let out. And so when I was subbing, it was really good. I was able to decide who I wanted to sub for and when. So it really matched my school schedule, of course, because if I had to go to class, I could, tell whoever texted me to ask me to sub, hey, can't sub today. Or, if class canceled out, I'll be able to text everybody, let them know, hey, I'm available for today. The pay was pretty good. I'm just a glorified babysitter, So for that, the pay was really good. But when I got my schedule for the next semester, I realized that I wouldn't be able to sub anymore because most of my classes are afternoon, evening, and most of the time a teacher needs a full day, for a sub to work. So I realized that I could do half days, but I only get paid once a month, and so not like I said, most teachers need a full day, not a half day. So I didn't think I would be getting much contact, and so that's less money. And then to say I have to wait for that check for a whole month, it just wasn't really worth it. So I was gonna apply during the summer, but then I realized I'm a U.S. Army soldier. I'm reservist, and I have AT, which is when I have to go. I just have to go. It's a lot to explain, but basically, if I had a job, they wouldn't have a choice but to let me go. They can't fire me for it, or they get in trouble. But I didn't want to burn any bridges that way, and I wanted to be truthful because honestly, what employer is going to hire somebody that's telling them that half the summer they can't work? You know, so I wanted to be honest. So I said, okay, well, I'll wait till the end of the summer to apply for jobs when my AT dates are over with. Well, I started applying. Nobody got back. Like I said before, the duties was not worth the pay, and it's just difficult trying to find that perfect job that'll get me where I need to be, give me the good pay for good duties, and also allow me to have study time and go to classes when I need to.
So, I hear you talking about a perfect job. What is your idea of a perfect job?
To me, the perfect job includes having. So I'll give this as an example, right? So before I even went off to join the army and stuff, before that I worked at daycares, and I worked at two. But the second one was when I worked there at the same time. That's also when I started going to college, and so I went there in the evening for only a couple hours. It wasn't much pay for, but for what I did, it was. So I go there after classes. I had time to do my work. I got good pay for what I was doing, and it was consistent. My boss matched my hours, so I've been trying to look for a job with a boss that was also like that. She also gave bonuses. I'm talking about $500 bonuses, just appreciation checks. That's what she called them. That's kind of my idea of a good job. And even though I know no job is going to be exactly the same, and there's always going to be pros and cons to a job, I'm trying to get something that closely matches that, you know.
So let's talk about any difficulties or stressors within your family.
I've been talking a lot of this. Like I said, my family is a good support system. They do stress me out sometimes. What family doesn't? But I'd say they kind of give me mixed signals, right? So I know that they're willing to support me, but then my mom kind of sort of says backhanded comments that make me feel kind of weird.
What are some of those backhanded comments?
So let's say I ask for something that I need, and she'll be like, "Oh, well, it's at the store," and I'm looking at her crazy because if I ask you to get something, that obviously means I don't have the money to get it. But then other times she's like, "Oh, well, anything you need, I'll give it to you. You don't have to work. Where you have a whole village that supports you, so you don't have to work, but then you do stuff like that. Be so for real."
So, how has just having a job, helped you in any way?
So working has given me that feeling of independence. It's filled out my financial status. I mean, not my financial status, my financial needs. So I was always able to get what I wanted when I needed it.
So, what do you wish to accomplish during counseling?
I'm hoping that we are able to find jobs to apply and different programs that I could attend to help me actually find a job and get the financial stability that I need.
What are some of those obstacles that could get in the way of you finding a job?
School, for the most part.
School. Okay, so what I hear you saying is that you wish to have a job so you can gain that independence and not rely on your family as much. And the perfect job to you would be to have good pay, work with your school schedule, and just allow you to buy those clothes and shoes that you want to buy. Did I get that correct?
Yeah.
Well, I hope that Southern University can provide that for you, and I'm curious to see where we could go from here.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
10 minutes.